Hello everybody, hope all of you are well. And today I will continue the organic chemistry part. Last day we have discussed up to the physical properties of alkene. Today we will start from the chemical properties of alkene. First we will discuss the addition of hydrogen. This one is ethylene. If we add hydrogen in presence of the catalyst nickel or palladium, and here we have to maintain the temperature around 570 Kelvin, then we will get the ethane compound. So this is unsaturated, this is saturated compound. So this reaction is called the Sabatier and Sanderson's reactions. Okay. Next is addition of halogen. Here if we add halogen, then there will be addition of halogen. If we take chlorine, then chlorine carbon tetrachloride, that we will get the dichloro compound, vicinal dichloride compound. If we take bromine carbon tetrachloride, we will get the dibromo, that means vicinal dibromo compound. Reaction with fluorine is explosive and fragmentation of alkene molecules takes place. And whenever we think about iodine carbon tetrachloride solution, the reaction is very slow and vicinal dioxide forms is unstable. It will break and go to the starting material. Okay, now in case of bromination, the mechanism is very important. So whenever we are giving bromine carbon tetrachloride, then first there will be formation of bromonium ion. Actually this is a trans addition, and another Br minus will attack from the back side, and finally we will get a compound like this, 1,2-dibromoethane, and addition is purely trans addition. Okay. Next we will discuss the addition of halogen acid. Halogen acid means HBr, HCl. Okay. Suppose if we take ethylene molecule, if we add HBr, definitely one side there will be addition of hydrogen, in another side there will be addition of Br. So this is for the symmetrical alkene. If we think about the unsymmetrical alkene like this, CH double bond CH2, here if we add HBr, here this one is equivalent, both sides is equivalent, here both sides is not equivalent, so there will be mixture of product. We will get two types of products, one is CH3 CH2 CH2 Br, another will get CH3 CHBr CH3. So first one is the 1 bromopropane and second one is the 2 bromopropane. Now which one will be the major? This one will be the major. This is 80% will get. This is the major product, and this one will be the minor product. So addition of halogen acid, that means HBr, in case of unsymmetrical alkene. So this can be explained on the basis of the one rule. That rule is called Markovnikov's rules. Okay. So first we have to know what is Markovnikov's rules or the statement of Markovnikov. So according to this Markovnikov rule, the addition of an unsymmetrical molecule to unsymmetrical alkenes, the negative part of the addendum. So this is the negative part, this is delta negative and this is the delta positive. So negative part of the addendum gets added to that carbon, the carbon double bond, which is attached to the least number of hydrogen. Okay. So here you see, here the least number of hydrogen is there. So the negative part, that means Br minus, will add here and hydrogen will go to that side. So where hydrogen is maximum, that side there will be addition of hydrogen, and where the hydrogen is minimum, so that part the bromine will be added. Actually, if we discuss the mechanism, then we can easily understand what is going on here. Actually, this is the propene. When we are adding HBr, it will form H plus plus Br minus by dissociation. Okay, so it will be added to this alkene, and then there will be formation of two compound. Addition of H will be there in middle and at the terminal. When it is at the terminal, then there is forming this carbocation, and when it is the middle, then this carbocation will form. So now this one is the 2 degree carbocation, this one is the 1 degree carbocation. We know that 1 degree, that means primary carbocation is most less stable compared to the secondary. So this one is more stable carbocation. So here the plus I effect of the 2-methyl group will stabilize this positive charge as well as hyperconjugation will stabilize this charge. So here percentage of this 2 degree carbocation will be more, 80%, and this will be 20%. So when bromine will add here, we will get the major product. That means we will get the 2 bromopropane. But here we will get the less amount of 1 bromopropane. So in this way we can easily explain by the carbocation mechanism. Okay, and this process is the RDS step, that means slowest step formation of this carbocation. So by this way we can easily understand the Markovnikov rules. Now there is another rule that is called anti-Markovnikov rule or Kharas effect. Okay, where we use some peroxide. Okay, when we use some peroxide, organic peroxides. Okay, during addition of HBr in an unsymmetrical alkene, then the 1 bromopropane will be the major product. Okay, this is known as peroxide effect or Kharas effect. So that means I am telling that if we take this CH3, CH double bond CH2, if we add HBr and peroxide, benzoyl peroxide we are using, any peroxide we can use, organic peroxides are better. So then we will get this one as the major product. This is the major product. Now to understand, okay, this anti-Markovnikov rule or Kharas effect or peroxide effect, we have to draw the mechanism. So mechanism, what is happening? Peroxide, this oxygen-oxygen bond is very weak. Okay, so it will be dissociated in this way in presence of light. It will form O dot, C double bond O dot. So this will go through radical mechanism, not carbocation mechanism. Okay. Now what is happening? There will be elimination of carbon dioxide molecule. Okay, and we will get pH dot plus CO2. Here also we will get pH dot plus CO2. Okay. Now this pH dot will react with the HBr. Then there will be formation of PHH, that means benzene plus Br dot. So in this way Br dot will generate, and this Br dot will react with this as unsymmetrical alkene. So when Br dot will be added, there is 2 chances. Br dot when it is adding at the end, then we are getting the 2 degree free radical, and if the Br dot is adding in the middle, we are getting 1 degree free radical. Now which one is most stable? 2 degree free radical is most stable because of hyperconjugation. So here we will get the maximum product. So HBr will come and there will be protonation at this side, and you will get the major product as 1 bromopropane, and this is the major. Now we can understand why in case of presence of peroxide, okay, the majority of the product is changing. Okay, that means here we will get the 1 bromopropane as the major. That means it will be around 90%. Okay, and other will be very less than 10%. And this is also known as anti-Markovnikov's rules or Kharas effect. Next we will discuss the addition of water. If we take CH2 double bond CH2, so water will be added in presence of acid. Okay, you have to take H plus here. Okay, then there will be formation of ethyl alcohol. One side H will be added, and other side OH will be added. Okay, in case of propene, the addition of water takes place according to the Markovnikov rules. Okay, here also we will get the unsymmetrical alkene. Here also if we give, so as a 2 degree carbocatene is more stable. So this one is the major product and this is the minor product. This is the major product. So here also we are getting the product according to Markovnikov's rules. Okay. So here when H plus, I can show you the mechanism. H plus when it is adding this side, then there will be formation of more stable carbocation. Okay. So OH minus will be added here from water. It is adding here, getting the OH2 plus. Then proton will be released, and finally you will get this one as a major product. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the hydroboration reaction. Hydroboration reaction you have to use BH3. Suppose if you take the 3 molecules of CH3, CH double bond CH2 in presence of BH3, then there will be addition of BH3 and you will get trialkyl boron. CH3, CH2, CH2 whole thrice B. Now this trialkyl boron will be treated with hydrogen peroxide and OH minus. Then you will get the 3 molecules of the primary alcohol. Okay, this 3 CH3, CH2, CH2OH. Okay, plus there we will get H3BO3 or BOHL whole thrice. Okay, whole thrice. So it follows the anti-Markovnikov rules. As OH minus the addendum is adding to that hydrogen where the more number of hydrogen is there. Okay, so this is anti-Markovnikov, following the anti-Markovnikov rules. Next we will discuss the addition of hypohalous acid. So whenever you will take that CH2 double bond CH2, you are adding HOBr. So one side there will be addition of the OH, and another side there will be addition of Br. This type of compound will be formed. Okay, and this one is generally formed by adding bromine and water. When you will add bromine water, it will form HOBr, and there will be one side there will be OH and another side there will be formation of Br. So it also follows the Markovnikov's rules. If you take an unsymmetrical alkene and if you take HOCl, here you can easily understand the electron difference is very large. Okay, so it will dissociate as HO minus and Cl plus. So first Cl plus will add, and where Cl plus will add, this side Cl plus will add, and here you will get the addition of OH. Okay, because Cl plus will add here, then more stable carbocation will be formed and OH will add here. So in this way, it will also follow that the addition of hypohalous acid also follow the Markovnikov's rule. Next one is very important example, that is the Bayer's reaction, Bayer's test. From class 10 you know that in case of unsaturated compound, if we add alkaline KMN4 solution, definitely it will become colorless and there will be formation of diol. Okay, so in case of ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2, whenever you are adding KMNO4, then it will form first diol. Okay, there will be formation of diol and MNO4 will convert it into the MNO2 and there will be formation of KOH also. Okay, but if you take osmium tetroxide, this is also oxidizing agent, OSO4, then there will be formation of osmotic ester. There will be formation of osmotic ester. Okay, then we have to add sodium bisulfide and alcohol water. Alcohol and water. Then we will get the diol. And this molecule is called, this is called ethylene glycol. But if you want to prepare the epoxide, then catalytic oxidation we have to do. Next we will discuss the catalytic oxidation. Catalytic oxidation. In case of catalytic oxidation, if you take CH2 double bond CH2, and here you have to use the catalyst silver, and required half O2. And here also the temperature is required around 670 Kelvin. Then you will get the ethylene epoxide. Epoxide type of compound will be formed. Next we will discuss the ozonolysis. So CH2 double bond CH2 ethylene. Whenever you will add ozone, then there will be formation of ozonite. Ethylene ozonite. And whenever you will add zinc water, then there will be formation of 2-formaldehyde. So this bond will break here and you will get this one and hydrogen peroxide will be formed. So this reaction is called ozonolysis. By ozone, first we are getting that ozonite compound, okay. Then by zinc water we are breaking this ozonite and we are getting that formaldehyde, okay. But if we take some perbenzoic acid, then definitely there will be also formation of the epoxide ring. In this case, that means here in ethylene, if we use perbenzoic acid, definitely that will produce the epoxide ring. Next, we will discuss the polymerization type of reaction. All of we know about the use of polyethylene. Okay, polyethylene is formed by the polymerization of ethylene compound. Okay, so here we need this ethylene, n numbers of ethylene, and that will react, okay, in presence of oxygen, heat and pressure, and here also high temperature is required, okay. The temperature will be around 670 Kelvin. Then you will get a polymer, polyol, and this polymer is known as polyethylene. Polyethylene or polythene, that polythene bag we are using in the market. So these are coming from the polymerization of ethylene molecule. So in this way we have completed the discussion of the alkene, and in your syllabus there is ethylene. Okay, you have to read the use of the ethylene as well as ethylene reactions, maxims are discussed, okay, according to your syllabus. Next we will go to the alkynes. The simplest member of the alkyne family is the ethyne. So next we are discussing alkyne. Ethyne is CH triple bond CH. Common name of this compound is acetylene. Next we will discuss the preparation. Preparation already you know from class 10 that we have to take calcium carbide. Calcium carbide when react with water, then it will form this acetylene. HC triple bond CH plus there will be formation of calcium hydroxide. Okay. So in this way we can prepare acetylene. And how to prepare this calcium carbide? If you take calcium oxide and coke and apply heat around 2300 degrees Kelvin, 2300 Kelvin, then there will be formation of calcium carbide with carbon monoxide. And other methods are like you can take the CH2 dibromoethane. Here first we have to use the alcoholic KOH. We know that alcoholic KOH will do the elimination reaction here, and there will be elimination of one HBr. You will get CH2 double bond CH Br. Okay, so here is elimination of one HBr. In the next step, you have to use sodamide in liquid ammonia. So whenever you will use sodamide in liquid ammonia, then there will be formation of acetylene. Okay, so in this way also you can prepare acetylene. Other methods are there, like if you take methane gas in oxygen and if you apply heat around 1700 Kelvin, okay, then you will also prepare ethylene. Another process in case of tetrabromo 1122 tetrabromoethylene, if you heat with zinc metal, then also there will be formation of acetylene compound. So we are telling about that CHBr2 and when we are applying heat with zinc dust, okay, then there will be formation of acetylene molecule with formation of twice ZnBr2. So in this way also by heating with zinc, okay, also we can prepare the acetylene. Another very good method is there, that is called Coles method. By electrolysis of the aqueous solution of sodium potassium fumarate, okay, we can also prepare acetylene. Okay, if I write the structure, then you can easily understand that this one is called fumaric acid. Now we have to take the fumaric acid salt. So if you give the twice KOH, then there will be formation of fumaric acid salt. Now on electrolysis, what will happen at the cathode? We require actually anode. Anode we'll discuss. Okay. At anode, this anion will go, and there will be the oxidation reaction. Okay. So this will release 2 electrons and forming O dot. Then what will happen? There will be elimination of carbon dioxide molecule as well as formation of ethylene compound. Okay. So from here you will get the acetylene molecule. Okay. So acetylene will be formed. Already double bond is there. Now there will be formation of triple bond between 2 carbon atom with the evolution of 2 carbon dioxide molecules. So by this Coles method also we can prepare acetylene by electrolysis of this fumarate anion. Okay, and anode as it is releasing electron, this is the oxidation method. Okay. Next another method is there, that is also important. If you take that iodoform and if you heat with silver dust, that will also can prepare. You can take chloroform also. Okay, that will also like CHCl3 plus 6Ag plus CHCl3 in the chloroform. If you apply heat, definitely there will be formation of acetylene molecule with formation of 6AgCl. Okay, so this is another process. Next one is the synthesis of higher alkynes. We know that acetylene hydrogens are acidic in nature. So here if we add any base like sodamide, then it will abstract this proton and forming anion like this. Then if we give here methyl bromide, then there will be SN2 attack and we will get the one side will be methylated. So we are getting the higher alkynes. Okay. Again we can add sodamide because this hydrogen is also acidic. Again there will be deprotonation and that will form salt. Again if we add methyl bromide, okay, then again there will be SN2 type of reaction. This is dimethyl acetylene, or this is called deutu-ine. So in this way we can prepare this one. Okay. A recent method for the production of acetylene is controlled by partial oxidation of methane. Okay. If you take methane and oxygen and if you heat around 1770 Kelvin, okay, then it will also produce acetylene with formation of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas. Okay. Next, in this way we have completed the preparation of the alkynes. Next we will discuss the physical properties. The first 3 members, that is C2 to C4, are gases. Next 8 members, that is C5 to C12, are liquids, and the higher alkynes are solids. and the density of alkynes are higher than the alkenes and alkanes, but density will be lesser compared to the water. So these will float on the liquid, alkynes will float on the water, okay. And alkynes are insoluble in water but are soluble in organic solvents like ether, benzene and carbon tetrachloride, okay. And these alkynes are also colorless gas. Next we will discuss some reaction of these alkynes. Then this hydrocarbon, that's aliphatic part will be completed. Next we will discuss the first hydrogenation reaction. Already we have discussed that when there is double bond or triple bond, if you add hydrogen in presence of nickel at high temperature around 523 Kelvin, there will be formation of alkyne. So in case of acetylene, we have to add twice H2 and nickel and heat. For 1 mole acetylene, we have to add 2 mole hydrogen, okay. Then nickel and heat will be higher, okay, around 523 Kelvin. Then there will be formation of ethyl molecule. 2 hydrogen molecule will add, and this reaction is known as addition of hydrogen, okay. And next one, addition of halogen. Here if we add bromine carbon tetrachloride, what will happen? First 1 molecule of bromine will add here, dibromo compound will be formed. Then again this bromine carbon tetrachloride will react this double bond and we will get (1,1,2,2) tetrabromoethane. Next one is the addition of halogen acid. Here also, in case of CH triple bond CH, first if we add one HBr, then one side this symmetrical, so one side there will be addition of hydrogen and another side there will be addition of Br, and again another one double bond will still remain, so again there will be addition of another HBr. So here you will get the product like this: CH, Br, and CH. Okay. Now why Br is adding in the same side? Because when there will be formation of carbon, okay, that will be stabilized, okay, by the lone pair presence in the bromine. So here this carbon will be stabilized, okay. Then that is why in the same side there will be addition of another Br molecule, okay. Next is the addition of water. In presence of Hg2 plus cation, okay. HgSO4 we have to take in presence of sulfuric acid, okay. So HC triple bond CH, we are adding H2O, Hg2 plus and H2SO4. Then what will happen? There will be addition of H one side and OH one side, and then there will be some rearrangement type of reaction. You will get this tautomerism type of thing, okay. You will get the acetaldehyde. So in this way you will get by addition of water from acetylene to acetaldehyde. But if you take the propyne CH3C triple bond CH, you do the same water addition reaction in presence of Hg2 plus H2SO4. Then also there will be OH will be added here and double bond CH2 will form. Again there will be the rearrangement type of tautomerism, and finally you will get the acetone molecule. So in this way from propyne you will get the acetone molecule, okay. Next we will discuss the addition of sulfuric acid. HC triple bond, if we add sulfuric acid, so what will happen? One side H will be added, in another side HSO4 will be added, okay. So HCH double bond C HSO4 OSO3H and H, and in next step another one molecule of sulfuric acid will be added here, okay. Hydrogen will be added here, hydrogen is there, OSO3H and OSO3H. And next what we can do, that it will be hydrolyzed by water, and there will be formation of gem diol. Same carbon atom, 2 OH is formed. You know that it is unstable, so definitely there will be elimination of water, and you will get the acetaldehyde molecule. So an aldehyde will be formed. Okay. Next, in the similar way, there will be addition of hypohalous acid. HC111CH plus addition of HOCl. So one side there will be formation of addition of hydrogen. In another side there will be addition of one side there will be addition of OH, and another side there will be addition of Cl. Okay. In the next step, again, if you add the another molecule of HOCl, because one double bond is still present, okay, then you will get HOCl, the same side, addition of OH, CCl, ClOH, CCl, ClH, and then finally there will be elimination of water because it is unstable, and there will be formation of dichloroacetaldehyde. So this will be your product. And the same way HOBr will also work. Actually, what is happening, this O and C electronegative difference is highest. So this will dissociate into HO minus and Cl plus. Then Cl plus is adding here, and OH minus will add in another place. Okay. And while in the same side another OH is adding and Cl is adding. So because this will be stabilized by the resonance of the lone pair present in oxygen, okay, rather than in Cl side. That is why OH will be added in the same side, and finally you will get the dichloroacetaldehyde. Hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the addition of acetic acid. HC111CH. If we add CH3CHH, and here you have to use Hg2 plus. Okay. Now what will happen? You will get the vinyl acetate. And this is called vinyl acetate. Okay. Now again, if you give one molecule of acetic acid here, this acetate group will be added in the same side. Okay. And this compound is called ethylidene acetate. Okay. Two acetate group is there. Next we will discuss that self addition or polymerization. If you pass the acetate molecule through copper tube at high temperature, around 780 Kelvin, okay, or 600 degrees centigrade, then there will be formation of benzene ring. Okay. So thrice HC triple bond CH, when you are passing through hot copper tube around 780 Kelvin, then there will be polymerization and you will get the benzene ring. Okay. And next one, you can do the Bayes test. If you take the acetylene molecule and if you add the alkaline compound, definitely it will be form colorless solution, and here the product will be the formic acid. Next we will discuss the ozonolysis. If you take the acetylene molecule, it will react with the ozone molecule, and here ozonite will be formed first. As here triple bond is there, in between carbon there will be one bond. Then whenever you are adding zinc water to break this ozonite, you will get this type of compound. Okay, this CHO. Next we will discuss the reaction due to the acidic character of the hydrogen. Already we have discussed, if we give some sodamide or sodium in liquid ammonia, the proton attached to the acetylene will be removed and there will be formation of some salt. Now from class 10 also you know the identification of acetylene. If you take some ammonical silver nitrate solution to this acetylene, then there will be formation of white PBT of silver acetate. Okay, that I am not writing here. And another important test is there. If you take the ammonical cuprous chloride solution and if you pass the acetylene gas through this solution, definitely there will be formation of copper acetylite red PBT. Okay, that is the cuprous acetylite. So by these two tests you can easily identify the acetylene. Okay, only the acetylene is in syllabus, and alkynes chemical and physical properties also you have to know. And finally we will discuss the use of acetylene. Generally acetylene is used in the lamp and oxyacetylene torch where high temperature is produced, and it can be used for soldering purpose. And different types of compounds, okay, large number of useful organic compounds can be prepared by using this acetylene. It may be acetaldehyde, it may be acetic acid, it may be alcohol. Okay, so in this way we have completed your hydrocarbon part. Okay, so today up to this, next day we will discuss the aromatic hydrocarbons. So thank you.